Hi there everyone. I hope that you're all doing well and that you had a fabulous weekend. Okay, so I have decided today to use the Gods and Titans Oracle, and let me just get it over here. Okay, I don't know why, they just kind of shouted out to me when I sat here and decided what am I going to do for you guys today. One of the things that is happening in my life right now is construction. So if you do hear some banging or noise in the background, I apologize in advance, but I need to carry on doing what I'm doing. So, alright, so we usually ask on a Monday morning what is most important for us to know for this week ahead. And that's exactly what I'm going to ask for you again today. So we're going to see what comes up. What are the most important messages for this week ahead? Okay, so we're not going to overcomplicate things. We'll be very glad to know, for those of you that don't know, that Mercury Retrograde is finally over. And for those of you who don't know much about it, Mercury Retrograde basically is when Mercury is traveling in the opposite direction. It's like working against us instead of for us. And Mercury governs communication. So that means that communication goes a bit wonky. That can be communication between yourself and other people. It can be telephones, internet, whatever type of internet you have, all kinds of communication failures. And it can also mean things kind of breaking. So it could be one of those times when the toaster bombs out in the morning when you're trying to make breakfast, and then your phone doesn't work properly and you get to work and your laptop crashes, you know, those kind of things. Sometimes we get stuck with a flat tire, or it just feels like things are not going our way, so to speak. But you will be very glad to know that that is over for now. It does happen quite a few times a year, but for now we're in the clear. So if you've been having this kind of antagonistic energy and feeling a little bit off and weird, then you should be feeling better by now, because it's 22nd already today. All right, so let's see what the week ahead holds for us. What is most important for us to know for this week ahead, please? One card at a time. I think that's that one. There we go. Prometheus, altruism. Okay. So this is about being resourceful. This is about things that you might do as, for your work. And thinking out the box, being an inventor, building something. I like the look of his face. I don't use these cards enough, I don't think. But if you've been looking at the daily cards I put out this past week, the Earth Power Oracle, they're done by the same lady called Stacey DeMarco, and she also does the Goddesses and Sirens. Very beautiful cards, and he just has this look in his face like he has an idea or he's got a sneaky plan. So I think the expression on here is very good as well. I'd like to read the cards from the book as well, because it's a new deck, just before I carry on. But I feel as if when I look at this card, the feeling I get is a feeling of almost like excitement, like you're on the brink of something. There's new horizons coming up. There are maybe other ideas that you can still come up with, even if you're working on a work project or a creative project, whatever it is, there's something else that you can still do. Or maybe you need to think a bit further out the box. Maybe you need to extend the kind of the way you're thinking about things. Don't limit yourselves. I say this day in and day out in readings. Don't give yourself a ceiling. Put it out there and say, show me what's possible. Show me what other options I have. Please give me inspiration. Tap into that inspirational energy. Whatever you need to do to get yourself into that zone, all right? Whether it's just writing an article, whether it's, working on a play that you're busy writing, or a painting, something that you're busy building with your own hands, whatever it is, something at your job where you've got to come up with a presentation, just take it to the next level. Think out the box. Say to Spirit, please show me what else is possible. Give me some ideas here, and open yourself up to it. Don't limit yourself, and see what comes up. Okay, I'm going to read from the book quick. Sorry, there is a bit of noise, but I'd rather have a little bit of noise than no reading for you guys today. And here comes a helicopter. Okay, Prometheus, altruism. Make decisions or start projects for the good of all. Seek out a healthy balance between yourself and others. Okay. The story of Titan Prometheus is a complex and in some ways tragic. He formed humans with sacred clay made of water and earth. Unlike other animals, he fashioned us in God's image. These new beginnings became beloved to Prometheus, even though we had no fur for warmth or great teeth for protection, and we led short lives and possessed few skills to help us survive. Feeling pity for his magnificent creations, he decided to help us, although he knew doing so would bring Zeus's wrath down upon him. He tricked Zeus into choosing a lesser type of sacrifice from humans. In realization, Zeus took the vital gift of fire from mankind. Prometheus knew that the fire was necessary for survival and that it would allow us to grow and thrive. Art and skills, like metalworking, would only blossom with fire. So he crept into Zeus's own hearth and, lighting a small flame with a stalk of giant fennel, took the fire and escaped. Okay, today we know how important altruism, regard and consideration for others is, especially in a world that has grown as unequal as ours has. In a time of climate change and ever-changing increasing gap between rich and poor, acting for the greater good and not just for our individual selves is not only ethical but necessary for our survival. Okay, it says here, in modern times we still need to honor Prometheus's gift of fire during the torch relay of the Olympic Games. We watch as the flame is lit and passed through many hands in many countries, uniting all in respect to equality. Okay, so I picked up on something that you're busy doing as a task as well. So maybe what you need to do in terms of thinking out of the box or doing something different is to actually see how you can include somebody else or how it can benefit more than just yourself or a larger group than the group that you're working on. Okay, how can you extend this? How can you connect with other people? How can you extend this for the greater good of all or for a larger group in what you're doing? Maybe you're doing something just for yourself or you're doing something on your own and you can incorporate other people that could be very beneficial or would enjoy helping you with this, or you could grow someone's skills by teaching them something while you're busy doing this. All right, so think how you can expand in whatever project it is that you're working on, because I feel like this is a personal project or something that is meaningful for you, but it could potentially be meaningful for others as well. Okay, let's see what else we get here. Yeah, I feel like he's really trying hard to think of a plan. When I look at his face, it's like, what else can I do? That's obviously where that sneaky energy came from. All right, it's the first time I've ever pulled that card. Let's see what else we've got. What else do we need to know this week, please? Set, chaos. Okay. Okay, he literally is the Egyptian god of chaos. That is a very intense depiction of him, but that's what he brought. All right, he brings chaos. But it's very important to remember when we have chaos, that can sometimes be a good thing. All right, sometimes things just need to be shaken up a little bit, and sometimes chaos is really uncomfortable. It brings a lot of pain, a lot of, confusion. We're not sure what to do with ourselves or the situation, and we just feel overwhelmed. But at times this needs to happen in order for clarity to come, in order for us to make the right decisions, in order for things to move out of our way. So a lot of the time this chaos ensues and it causes things and people to leave the situation. They're like, I'm out of here, I can't handle this. And this is when you see situations like friends that no longer hang around because life gets too hard. You know that saying about friends only like you when you've got money or things are going well. Sometimes this is what it can do. It can actually remove those real low vibe relationships and situations from our lives because we have this chaos. And once the dust settles after the chaos, we often find that we're actually left with something better. But this chaos, the storm, is necessary in order to change stagnant energy as well. When things have really become very dull and stagnant, like dust has settled, literally, you need that wind, that storm to come up to rinse it away, to let the wind blow and blow all of that stuff away. So, yeah, sometimes this is very necessary. Let's see what I spot here in the book that might be of help to us. For Set. Okay, trust that chaos is the part of the process of change. Things sometimes need to fall apart to reform into your desires. Hold your intention. Okay, don't lose sight of things. Sometimes this is literally a test, guys. Sometimes chaos comes into our lives to literally throw us off course with what we're busy working on, with what we want to achieve, with what our goals are. We get completely distracted and diverted, and we think, oh, I better focus on this chaos because I need to deal with this. And we realize a lot of the time, too, that we have no control over these external circumstances that are affecting us, but we try our best to control it. And what have we done in the interim? We have swayed and lost our path and walked away from the intention that we had. We've lost our focus of what we're moving towards. Okay, so he says, there's always a yin to the yang, a dark to the light, an east to the west. One is no better than the other. They just are. We must recognize duality in ourselves for maximum spiritual growth. Perhaps you are seeing chaos and not order at present, and this is causing imbalance. I actually wanted to mention this to somebody I spoke to last night. They got a very positive reading, and they'll know who they are when I talk about this now. And they said to me, well, usually when I get a positive reading, something negative is going to happen. So that is a matter of perception as well. If I say to you, okay, I want you to, oh, sorry guys, I want you to notice all the pink things in the room. All of a sudden, you'll notice that on my desk here, I've got a pink Himalayan salt candle holder, and this amethyst crystal's got a bit of pink in it. And if you can see it in the picture here, this is a rose quartz lamp. So you'll all of a sudden notice all these pink things. There's another rose quartz in there. You'll notice the shades of pink in this picture and the shades of pink in this pashmina that I've got here. So all of these things all of a sudden start appealing to you and you notice them. So if I say to you, look at all the negative things that are happening in your life, that is exactly what you're going to see, all right? If I say to you, look at all the positive things that are happening, I shift your focus immediately and you start looking for these things and you will see them. So a lot of the time it's a mindset shift that is necessary. Okay, let's pull one more card and then I think we're done for the week. Well, not for the week. I'll still do a card of the day for you every day this week. What else do you need to know? Please, one more card. Oh, I really am sorry about this, guys. But if I don't do this, we'll never have a reading. Poseidon. Okay, he is like Neptune, basically. He's very handsome. He looks like a famous actor. And this is about flow. Okay, this is actually quite cool because I feel as if he really does follow on from Set. I feel like this is about, you can literally see chaos in this picture as well, or you can see flow. And these seas that he governs can be so violent and they can destroy and they can, crash rocks and build and break. But at the same time, they can also represent this flow, that water can flow. It's malleable, it's smooth, it's adaptable. And I feel like that's what we need to be. We need to be able to adapt to this chaos. We need to know that it's necessary and we need to try and flow through it, whatever you're dealing with. I personally have a situation like this in my life right now. So, and it's not the construction only, okay? But just like this, we need to find this flow. We need to find... Oh my word, let him just finish. We need to decide, are we going to resist, especially when I say like it's external circumstances here, things that we don't have control over. We can try and fight it, we can try and resist it, and we can get frustrated and angry, or we can say, okay, well, that is beyond my control. Let me focus on what I can control, and let me not lose sight of the goals I have and the things that I want to work towards. Okay, so this is very important. You need to be malleable, you need to be adaptable, you need to let things flow, especially ideas, creativity, situations and relationships. Just say, I accept things the way that they are. Just like Seth was saying, things are not just light or just dark, they just are. So accept certain things for what they are, especially if they are things that are beyond your control. Okay, let's finish off quick and just see what Poseidon says. As soon as I can find him. Just saw him. There we go. Expect a greater flow of creativity, that's what I mentioned earlier, ease and prosperity. This card is a siren call to protect and enjoy the stunning oceans of the world as well. Surfers, sailors, fishermen, and anyone who has a deep love and appreciation of the ocean would do well to communicate regularly with this energy. He said to protect his own and will give secrets of the sea to those who honor him, knowing which surf break is going to be the best or how to perform well while sailing in a secret is a secret worth having. Okay, so I feel like this is very important as well. When he says here, he said to protect his own and will give secrets of the sea to those on him, knowing which surf break is going to be the best. I feel like this is also choose your battles, okay? Know when you need to flow, know when you need to resist. Try to find that balance and try to sense the energy and the messages coming through of, can I do something about this? Is this an external circumstance that is not for me to handle, that is beyond my capabilities, or it's just simply not my problem? Is this something that somebody else can handle? Am I trying to control something that's none of my business? Learn to flow and learn to accept those things. Know when to act, to know when not to act. And where do we get that answer from? When do we know it's the right time or the wrong time? Your gut instinct, your higher self, those urgings that you get when you think, I feel I have to say something now. This is enough. I can't deal with it. Or I have to do something. I can't watch this person suffer. When we feel compelled to do something, that often gives us that indication. However, very important, where is this feeling coming from? Is it a feeling of wanting to spite somebody else? Is it a feeling of anger from a situation that happened 5 minutes ago? We need to feel the source of that compulsion that we have. If it's a compulsion to do good, it's never a bad thing. If it's a compulsion to have a confrontation or something, you need to ask yourself, where is this coming from? Is it necessary? Sometimes confrontations are very necessary because we are being taken advantage of or something like that. But where can we flow? Where can we let something go? Are we trying to control situations that are none of our business, or it's not our place to try and control it, or we really can't do anything about it, and that we're living in a dream world trying to effect change for something that we just don't have the power to change? And also think to yourself, is there a reason this is not working out for me? Maybe you're not supposed to be focusing on the chaos because you're supposed to be focusing on your goal. All right, so there is also a very important message here, which I've repeated a few times already. If you're busy working on something that is important to you, don't be diverted by the chaos. Don't allow it to divert you. Don't get lost in this junk when your goal that you're working towards is paramount. Okay, guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Again, my apologies for the noisiness, but I wish you a wonderful week and we'll chat again soon. Take care. Bye for now.